त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's exciting to see you all here. We had a beautiful, wonderful 21-day session, and looking forward to our next lot of programs that we're doing twice a week. That's on Tuesdays and Fridays. So thank you. It's very, very humbling, actually, to be part of your spiritual journey. Now we do say namaskar, or thank, as the humbling is just that humbling accepting from my spirit to your spirit. And thank you very much. And I'm joined here today by Ariane and Chris. Hello, Ariane. How are you?
Hello, Rita. Yes, I'm very well.
It was wonderful programs last week, wasn't it? With the finishing off on Friday. If you just wanted to recap it a little bit for us.
Yes. We had the beautiful program on Sunday about the integration. So it is the seventh chakra that actually incorporates all the seven chakras. So the seventh one is integration. So all the subtle qualities becomes part of you, and you become a more integrated personality, and you develop a more balanced way of life. And this was beautifully presented by Joe and who was the other one who presented? Prasad, thank you. And Prasad, yeah. And they also showed the Vision movie. Yeah, that was also really
fantastic.
lovely.
Yeah, so very lovely. It is, and that is the same, isn't it? Even though we are meditating with the chakras and we know the placement, the actual seat of all the chakras is that integration around the Sahasrara, which kind of makes it, yes, the most important place to be with our attention, isn't it? So and you know, from that, I suppose I'm very excited because we've got a plethora of absolutely amazing topics in the next few weeks. We're talking about global collective happening. We're talking about how to keep our attention within ourselves, how to be that ocean of forgiveness. We're talking about spontaneous actions, about introspection. So everything that will help us get deeper within our meditations, help connect with our spirit a little bit more, strengthen our kundalinis, through the meditation and be. So I would love to introduce our lead today, Chris, who is doing the topic of inner peace as the foundation for world peace. Chris, welcome. I'm very excited
How you going, Rita?
program today.
It's really great to be here. And we've got a really wonderful topic. We're going to be talking about inner peace and how inner peace in individuals, if there's enough of them, we can have world peace.
We can have a absolutely amazing thing, isn't it? Now, we have seen you before, but would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I work for the West Australian government, and I'm a regulator, and I do the policy side of it. I've been doing Sahaja yoga for good on 30 years. It's really made me more stable, spiritually mature, more responsible, and what else it's done for me? I think it's given me a sense of real joy, particularly in the last 10 years. I feel the inside of me the bliss, and
the bliss with that.
It's been a bit of a journey. I had a few things to get through, but those moments.
Don't we all? Life would be boring otherwise, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you do with the policies, which is, I suppose, a lot of thinking and a lot of computer work. So how do you kind of balance that off with your meditations, or how do you deal with that overactive mental activity or thinking so much? Or
the second last program with Meenakshi, all those things that she was doing, like footsteps, in the intensity of it, an ice pack would be very useful. But I do try to keep spontaneous, and a large part of my work is communicating and bringing people to the table where they can have shared understandings, and they can be part of a project. So it is a lot of it is writing stuff that probably will go nowhere, which is the nature of it. But the enjoying part of it is that you get people at the table that will agree on something, and when you do achieve it, it has a profound effect. It changes people's rights or provides new benefits to people. That's the most enjoyable part.
Yeah, fantastic. And I suppose, as you say, bringing them together and kind of on the table to agree, and that is the greatest skill of the communication, using as part of the Vishuddhi, throat chakra, I suppose. I've just realized I haven't introduced myself. Hello everyone, I'm Rita, originally from New South Wales, but at the moment in Pune. So, and of course I've introduced Aryan and Chris ourselves. So
and what a wonderful place that is.
Absolutely, yes, it is amazing. Vibrationally, this makes so much difference, which is, yes, we'll talk about that later. So we might give the floor to you, Chris, and looking forward to the program today. Unless did you want to add anything else, Aryan?
Oh yes, that we just invite everyone to stay afterwards for questions and answers. Yes, when we complete the formal part of the program.
Please do stay for the question and answer sessions, because that is how we know how you're feeling, what you are, but it gives us the opportunity to kind of, I suppose, gives us an idea of even where to take the programs or what we can do in future sessions. So fantastic. Yes, thank you very much. The floor is all yours, Chris.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I know a lot of people that have joined us today are new, and they haven't actually been to or seen any of the other 21-day programs. So I'm going to keep it a little bit simple. this is pretty simple. The idea of inner peace in Sahaja Yoga is fairly simple. The way we get inner peace is we meditate, and prior to getting the capacity to meditate, we get our self-realization, which is the awakening of the Kundalini, and that rises up through the center and touches the heart, which is the spirit, and then comes to the fontanelle and joins up with the all-pervading power of God's love, which governs everything, all the natural world. And the way to get inner peace is just do it. It's the inner peace is a lack of disturbance in your inner being. It can be a sense of gratitude for the things that have happened to you. It could be a state of bliss, maybe not all the time, but when it does happen, it's a profound experience. And world peace really, according to Sahaja, will not happen unless individuals have the inner peace. Sahaja said that the world is very confused if aliens came and landed on Earth and they went to every place on every corner of the Earth. The main mood that they would feel would be confusion. And in the Western world, particularly, there is widespread insecurity, and that's felt in people, and it prevents them from experiencing their inner peace. And also, there's in the modern times, there's a lot of information, and life is complex and artificial, and we've been trained to be materialistic, and we've been trained to think a lot, but we've gone away from our natural selves, which is the state of thoughtlessness. And when we find that state of thoughtlessness through Sahaja Yoga, we have the potential to find our inner peace. And that inner peace is not by thinking. Sahaja Yoga is not mental. It is through the heart. And it's through the experience of joy in the heart, and that joy enveloping the brain, the outside of the brain, and the brain surrendering that this is it, this is where it is. And if you continue to meditate, find your balance, go on a journey which we call the ascent, and then it could be a happy landing in the kingdom of God, where there is inner peace. And that inner peace could be occasionally disturbed by your mind, your ego running away with yourself, which will play tricks on you. But if you stay the course and have value in yourself and your journey, and go inward, and you will eventually find that place where you'll be at peace. And that will be that state will be measured by not only the joy that you'll feel, but also in times of crisis, you'll be still, you'll be silent. And there are many crises that are coming. The world is in crisis. Europe's at war. There's a climate emergency that's on at the moment. And people are happy disturbed. There's a pandemic on. So when those crises come in their various forms, they come at your doorstep, you'll be able to be still, and you'll be able to respond in a centered and positive way to what needs to be done. In other times, you'll just feel joy with that you'll feel with other people, particularly with other people that meditate, and with your own family, because your love will grow as your inner peace will grow. And that's what, Sahaja is all about. The meditation is all about love. It's about pure values, tapping into those pure values, accessing those values and enhancing those values within, and reflecting them without. And, when people do that, and they join communities that are also doing that, peace prevails in that community, and we're able to do things that we need to do, address inequality, address the climate emergency, which is quite scary and traumatic for our children, and also to prevent wars. Wars are useful. They don't achieve anything. And reflected in my own life, it's through my parents' life who experienced a war. It's not a thing that anyone wants to go through. And, with that, we sympathise, and we stand in solidarity with the people of Ukraine. But the thing about Sahaja is that it also has a dharma, and that dharma is that we are not violent, we're not aggressive. Our power and our weapon is forgiveness, and it's a very powerful weapon because we're connected to the all-pervading divine power, and that is working through us. And when we forgive, that corrects people, heals people, and if it needs to be, they're punished not by us but by the divine. And when we ask for something, when we're centered in that meditative mood, we ask for peace in some place, or when that energy goes to that place, and in some way, we're just ordinary people here, but we believe that if we're in the meditative mood and we put our attention on troubled spots, that there can be some healing, there could be some resolution, there could be some bringing together of peoples. So this is part of the Dharma, that we don't do destructive things, except we have a go at our ego, we have a go at our conditionings, we have a go at those ugly things that are inside us, like racialism, sexism, fanaticism. We have no tolerance for that, and particularly within ourselves. And by meditating, we can make sure that we never reflect that, and that our relations with people are always respectful. And, that's the purpose of meditation. It's love itself, and it spreads love. So I think that's my story. I would like now to do the meditation, because that's the most important thing. You can talk about peace as long as you want, but you need to be in that thoughtless state to have that capacity, that potential to be really peaceful inside, and to possibly experience pure joy. And we do that, or get to that point, by regularly meditating. And the way we start meditating, we use our hands and our attention. We raise the Kundalini, which I'm presuming is already awakened in you. But if you're new here, this will be possibly an interesting experiment. But everybody that's been here for the 21 days knows how to do this. So I'll just explain it. You put your attention in the center of your left hand, and you put your right hand around it. So you're circling it. That attention, the center of your palm of your left hand, is kept there, and then you raise that left hand and the right hand spinning around it. And you go, lift your neck up to the sky, and then you tie one knot. This is bringing your attention to the top of your head. And you do this a second time. And we tie 2 knots. And then for the last time, third time, with that right hand circling around the left hand clockwise. Lifting your head up. And then you tie 3 knots. And then what we do is a bond of protection or a bandhan. We do that by having the right hand over to the left. And we bring that right hand over the fontanelle, up on the head, right down past your hip, and then back again. So that's once. Do it a second time. And a third. And a fourth. A fifth. Sixth. And a seventh. Bring your hands together. And then put your hands on your lap. Just go inwards. Now in this spot, your attention should be, and your attention is not concentration, it should be at the fontanelle. This is the soft spot on babies. This is where the Kundalini is coming out. Just put your attention there. You can touch it if you want. And now we're going to do some clearing because the most important thing on our pathway, on our ascent, is to maintain balance. We have a left and a right side of emotions, right side of action, and all those thoughts. What we want to do is be in the center. So our day may have taken us out of center. So we'll do some balancing. The first one we'll do is put both of these hands to the Mother Earth. So you don't have to be touching the Mother Earth, you just point them to the Mother Earth. The Mother Earth is a very big thing, a divine thing in Sahaja. And always treated with respect, the utmost respect. We thank Mother Earth for all the things she's done for us. Thank you. But we're also asking the Mother Earth to give us our innocence. Because innocence is the foundation of all our centers. It's the foundation of Sahaja. We must have our innocence. Without innocence, we get our wisdom. So when your hands are down there pointing to the Mother Earth, that Mother Earth she is taking all that negativity that you have. She's also giving you the wisdom and the innocence. You can say an affirmation. Please give me the innocence. Please make me innocent. You must have innocence if you want inner peace. You can feel the power of the Mother Earth. All right, now we're going to clear the left side. So we'll take that left hand and place it on your lap and palm upwards. And keep the right hand pointing to Mother Earth. So this is clearing the left side. So all our emotions, conditionings have been taken by the Mother Earth. That all the negative ones have been taken by the Mother Earth. We can ask her to do it. Please clear my left side. Please clear all my negative emotions and conditionings. So all that gunk that you picked up during the day that put you out of whack on the left side, Mother Earth will fix it for you. Right, now take that right hand and place the palm upwards and then point the left hand to the sky. So it's sitting comfortably, like you can see on me. And here we're asking the ether to take out all the heat. So I've had a busy day and I've generated heat through thinking and planning things. Just the activity. Negotiating the traffic to get where I wanted to go. Finding the petrol station, the gas station. And doing all those routine things that created heat. Thinking about them. So just ask the ether element to take out all that heat. An imbalance of the right side. When you do that, you have your attention at the fontanelle, and then your attention's at the edge of your awareness. It's not coming out of your brain. It's coming from your body. Ether element, please take all of it. Right, now take that left hand, put it on your lap, palm upwards. And now we're going to just go through the center with our attention. So you're not going to actually touch anything. We're not using our hands. So at the base of your spine, and the reason for this is that inner peace is achieved when you're integrated. So we'll work in the center on the 7 main chakras. So at the base of your spine is the Muladhara chakra, which we just cleared. We just say, give me the innocence. As you put your attention below the base of your spine, Come up in the center to where your belt line is in the Swadhisthana chakra. Please give me the creativity. You always wait after you say an affirmation. And then you go to where your belly button is. To the Nabi chakra. Please give me my satisfaction, my peace. And in the region around the belly button, which is the void, which is not a chakra, but it's a space which chakras move. Please make me my own guru. Then take your attention to your sternum, which we call the heart chakra. Please give me security. Make me a secure person. Now take your attention to your throat region. Please make me a collected person. Take your attention to your forehead, center, your forehead. Please make me a forgiving person. Please make me a forgiving person. Right, now take your right hand and place it on the fontanelle. Press downward and massage the scalp clockwise. Do that strongly. And then stretch your fingers out and then lift your hand and put your attention on the center of the palm of your right hand. Keep your attention there. Put your hand back, keep your attention. We'll just play some music and go into some of Mother's talks. And when you listen to Mother's talks, you don't listen to them as if you're listening to a lecture. You listen to them as if you're listening to a prayer of benevolence to you. So that attention is actually coming through the fontanelle. That spot where you've got your attention above the fontanelle. That's where music's going to have its effect. That's where Mother's voice effect in the being.
सामगान लोलने सामगान लोलने सदा शिवशंकरने दया करने जय सामगान लोलने सदा शिवशंकरने दया करने जय सामगान लोलने सदा शिवशंकरने दया करने जय जय सामगान लोलने सदा शिवशंकरने दया करने जय सामगान लोलने सदा शिवशंकरने दया करने जय सामगान लोलने सोम सुंदर चंद्रशेखर 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 सोमस्कंद श्रुतजन शुभकर सोमस्कंद श्रुतजन शुभकर गमद मग गमद निद मम मद निद निद सनिद मग सगमद मग गमद निद मम मद निद निद सनिद मग सगनि स मगम सगनि स दमद सगनि स निदनि सनिद मग सागनि स मगम सागनि स दमद सागनि स निदनि सनिद मग सगमद गमदनि मदनि स दनि स ग मग सनिद मग सागम दगमदनि मदनि स दनि स ग मग सनिद मग सग मदनि दनि स गमदनि स निदनि सनिद मग सनि स ग मदनि सनि स गमदनि स निदनि निदनि द मग सनि सामगान लोलने सदा शिवशंकरने दया करने जय सामगान लोलने सरल कले श्री महादेव देव कपाली श्री महादेव देव कपाली श्री महादेव देव कपाली श्री महादेव देव कपाली दीन राम दासनुत जटाधर दीन राम दासनुत जटाधर गमद मग गमद निद मम मद निद निद सनिद मग सगमद मग गमद निद मम मद निद निद सनिद मग सगनि स मगम सगनि स गमद सगनि स निदनि सनिद मग सागनि स मगम सागनि स दमद सागनि स निदनि सनिद मग सगमद गम दनि मदनि स दनि स ग मग सनिद मग सागम दगम दनि मदनि सदनि स ग मग सनिद मग सग मदनि सनि स गमदनि सनि दनि सनि ni da ma ga sa ni sa ga ma da ni sa ni sa ga ma da ni sa ni da ni sa ni da ma ga sa ni sa ma ga na lo ne sada shiva shankara ne daya karane daya samagana lolane
The peace has to be within to begin with. You have to be peaceful within yourself. If you are not peaceful, if you are playing tricks with your ego, if you are just satisfying yourself saying that you are peaceful, you are sadly mistaken. Peace is to be enjoyed within yourself. It is to be felt within yourself. So do not give wrong satisfactions to yourself. Do not give false notions to yourself. Don't cheat yourself. It is not that if you have too much of silence outside, you feel peaceful. The peace has to be within yourself. You have it. Your spirit is absolutely peaceful, avyagra, without restlessness. There is no restlessness in your spirit. Absolutely peaceful and steady. It is for you to feel it. It is not for anybody else to certify you. This is one thing. Secondly, when I am telling you something, you think I am not telling you. It doesn't register in your brain. You think I am telling it to XYZ but not to you. You are not in it. That's another sign there is no peace. Because there is no peace, there is no registration. Whatever goes into your head, that is going to work out. But what I find that people have concave personalities. Then they receive it. Those who have convex personalities do not register anything. The registration is so poor that whatever I say doesn't have any effect on them. So to have peace, the best way to put your mind right is to think of good things. Think of the flowers, not of the thorns. What good things others have done to you, what good things there are, what are the beautiful moments you have had, and count your blessings. Count your blessings. Otherwise, you cannot create peace. Peace, हे ग्रस्त कोण तिकडे उभे जाऊन बघा बरं. असं बघायसारखं उभं राहायचं. इकडे उभे राहा पण असं यायचं नाही इथे. You need not pay attention to everything like that. Keep your attention at peace. Keep the peace inside, with your attention inside. Actually, if you really allow all my words to go inside your brain, I'm sure I'll achieve the results. But with the convex mind, it's very difficult. Just suck in. The another aspect of peace is never try to support anything that is boisterous or which is destructive or also destructive. Anything that is destructive. is never to be supported. But anybody who is being tortured or aggressed or dominated is to be protected and supported. If you have the strength of peace, you can do it just by standing there. You don't have to fight for your peace. But if it comes to that, a person like Hitler, when he came, people had to fight for their peace. Now, the second part of our culture has to be bliss. People should see bliss working on us. People should feel there is bliss. If a person is blissful, he looks blissful. He emits bliss. He radiates it. He doesn't look a miserable, unhappy creature who is all the time grudging, grumbling, or worried about little petty things here and there. And nobody has right to disturb anybody's bliss. Somebody is in a blissful state, try to copy that person and become that. But people get jealous of such people who are blissful and try to disturb. That's why so many saints were tortured, because they are so blissful and happy people. We have to enjoy our bliss within. That's important. Perhaps you are not aware of the bliss that you have. Not at all aware. Bliss can only come through gratitude. Only through enlarging your heart with gratitude. Bliss is the reward of gratitude. The gratitude which is not just worldly or just spoken lip service, but is from the heart. Is from the heart, the gratitude of the heart. And the blissful people are never jealous of others. Because what is greater than bliss? Bliss has so many dimensions that you go beyond the realm of cause and effects.
Now, another part of getting to a state of where you have inner peace is the mind. And as we said before, Sahaja is not mental. Sahaja comes through the heart, and we experience the joy from the heart, and that joy envelopes the brain, and the brain does what it needs to be doing and not disturbing the inner being. That thing that disturbs the inner being is the ego, mostly. And it can also happen to us. So forgiveness is the weapon of Sahajogis. And the ego should be amended so it doesn't judge and it doesn't aggress. And a very important prayer that has been given to us by the Divine is the Lord's Prayer. So with your attention on your forehead, play the Lord's Prayer in Sanskrit, which is a holy language, in a Celtic style. It's short, and then following that will be another talk by Shamaji. So we need to be integrated and we need to work on all parts of the subtle system if you want to find that true inner peace. So let's put our attention on our forehead, which we call the Agya, and just feel the forgiveness. Forgiveness for yourself.
Jam Svapra
I bow to all the seekers of truth. Now, they say that we must have peace. How can you have peace? One is going to the right direction, another is going to the left direction, another is going in the middle somewhere, hanging. Everybody thinks they are right. Whatever they are doing is right. But what is the outcome of it? Nobody is peaceful within. They are fighting for things which has no meaning at all in life. There are many people who are fighting in the name of God. I mean, this is the worst that one can do, stupid thing. How can you kill each other in the name of God? How can you? But it's happening, is accepted, and not only but is regarded as religion. Like this whole world is full of violent people, I should say minimum disturbed people. Families are disturbed and children are disturbed and everybody, as if the whole Mother Earth is shaking and everybody is disturbed. By saying that we should have peace, you cannot have. By talking about it, you cannot have. Because I have seen some people who got peace awards. There is no peace within. Only by transformation of human beings, by evolving them, taking them into this realm of peaceful existence of reality, you can bring peace. Everybody wants peace. But even if you want, you should genuinely ask for it. If you are going to decide it mentally, you cannot. Mentally, everybody differs. Everybody has an opinion for everything. Like they will say, now they've come here. I mean, the modern mind is like this. It always tries to run away from the truth. Always. I'll give you a simple example. If I tell somebody that please telephone to such and such gentleman, immediately the other person will say, he may not be there, he might have gone to his office. Today is Sunday, how can he go to his office? All right, then he might be. I said, why don't you telephone first? Why do you react? First telephone, find if the person is there or not. But that is not possible because the mind is all the time wobbling, giving answers and reacting. Whatever you do, there's reaction. It can also say now, why so many flowers? I never asked them, but they did put it also. I don't know whom to be blamed, who's the victim. But they might say so. They can have objection to everything. But one thing is that, why don't you understand that you are not at peace with yourself, unless and until you are yourself at peace. You cannot find faults with others. You cannot judge others. Why are you not at peace with yourself? This is a thing one should understand. Because you are not integrated. Your mind, which is, I have told you what it is, says something, then your heart says something, then your liver says something. There's no integration in your understanding of any problem. Once you are completely integrated, then you feel the peace. But the best thing that happens, I've seen with Kundalini awakening, is this: that we are all the time thinking so much. And some people really have told me that to cut our throat, but stop this thinking. Especially in modern times, we think much more for everything. We think without thinking, we will be lost. And in this ocean of thinking, we are so frightened with the waves. As if you are in the ocean and there are waves around you, you are very much frightened of them. But supposing by any chance you get into a boat, then you can watch these waves which were frightening you and enjoy them. But supposing you become an expert swimmer, you can jump down and save many. In the same way it happens. When Kundalini rises, these waves that we have of our thoughts, which rises and falls, and we are all the time jumping on the cusp of the thoughts, either in the past or in the future. We cannot be in the present. So when she rises, she elongates those thoughts. And there's a space in between that is the present. And in the present we don't think. But we are aware, much more aware than we were ever. We are in the center. We are in the center. And there it is, our peace. So we have to rise up to that point. Now, as he has told you about all these centers, when the Kundalini passes through them, she nourishes all of them. These centers are responsible for our physical, mental, emotional, also our spiritual being. So she nourishes them, integrates them, and ultimately pierces through our fontanelle bone area and connects us to this all-pervading power of divine love. All the scriptures have described about this. They call it by different names, as I have told you. They call it Ruh. They call it cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. They call it as the all-pervading power of divine love. All kinds of names are there, like Parama Chaitanya, as Nirakar. They call it Alakh Niranjan. All kinds of names they have given it to this all-pervading power, because you can't see. You can't see it, and you can feel it after realization. You can feel it, it exists. For the first time you feel it. You see these flowers, we take them for granted. How beautiful they are. But it's a miracle, just think how beautifully this Mother Earth has created for you all these. That means she is a living organism. She understands what to produce out of what to do. Who does all this? What is this energy? This is the energy of divine love. When I say love, I mean compassion. It's the compassion of. It's a thing we don't understand, that how can compassion be the truth? But on a little lower level we can understand it. If you love somebody, then you know everything about that person. Take it that way. Compassion is real intelligence, which gives you the, enlightened compassion. The complete idea of the totality. It doesn't talk of one here and one there, but of the totality it has. Through its intelligence it understands what is benevolent for the global peace, what is benevolent for an individual problem. It understands everything because it hasn't got any angularities. It is so pure. And this purity, which is compassion, which is pure intelligence. And once you enter into that realm, you don't have to read anything. you become just very knowledgeable, yourself very knowledgeable. So many powers you have within yourself, of which you are not at all aware. They all start manifesting. I have known people, ordinary artists, coming to Sahaja Yoga have become now world famous artists. Ordinary people who could not even come up on the stage have become great orators. All these qualities which make you so special just start prospering and also manifesting itself.
Keep your attention above the fontanelle. You get a thought, just forgive that thought. Mithu, do you want to play Mother's Prayer?
I wish peace for the whole world, for the whole nation. To understand, to give up all the strife, all the false battles for money and for power. All wrong ideas that they are different from each other and come under the banner of Sahaja and enter into the kingdom of God, where they are invited with all respect and love. I wish peace to all of them, to all the country, all the human beings, in their families, in their hearts, with their children, with all of them. Let there be peace. Let their heart emit peace. Their tongue speak with peace. Their eyes see nothing but peace. All this has to change. Tremendous change has to take place. The whole universe has to take a different turn. All that is hatred, hateful, ugly has to vanish, and the peace has to prevail. It is not the peace of the dead, but peace of the living that has to come, of the body. I bless all of you to be the channels of that peace, to be beautiful channels of that peace, to be glorious channels of that peace, to be great children of your mother, who is so proud of you. May God bless.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank
What
you.
a beautiful program. I'm completely speechless. When I saw your program before, I contacted quite a few of my friends and said, please just join in tonight because it's going to be an absolute amazing program. Thank you, because so relevant to what's happening in the world today, and how we can, anyone who meditates in Sahaja can play a role in this peace by simply being in the present, meditating and feeling the peace in the heart, and then we feel like we're contributing to world peace. What do you think, Rita? Just
My dad's plumber is here. It's just amazing. That yes, look, an absolutely amazing program. And I think what as you were talking about peace and that spirit, and what you were saying, Chris, was giving us that strength to deal with crisis in any form. And to me, it always reminds me of anchoring that ship. It doesn't matter what tempest is going on, what's there, you're just there, and that's that peace, that's that strength of the spirit that we get. And thank you so much for that Shiva Shankara song. I was born and brought up in the South, so I'm a little bit partial to South Indian vocals. So that was beautiful after a very long time to hear that. Yes, and as you said, when you are putting the bandhan and we're doing the namaskar, it is that left, right, and center. So when we're starting, we are humbly asking, requesting for us, the Kundalini, that humbling, please awaken, arise within us. Please let us experience that. And when we finish, we do the same, where we raise our Kundalinis, and then again, we finish by humbly thanking for that experience of meditation, for that experience of bringing us joy of our spirit. So yeah, look, it was an absolutely amazing meditation, an amazing program altogether. And the Shiva Shankara, as it's amazing. It's kind of all just falls into place, isn't it? Because being in India today, in Pune, it's actually Shivratri, which is Shiva is considered that eternal spirit reflected within us as the spirit, as in our hearts, as joy, as love, as compassion, and pardon?
Detachment.
Detachment, yes.
Detached love.
That's correct. And just culminating in that complete bliss of being dissolved in the divine, isn't it? So I would just like to read a little prayer written by Sri Adi Shankaracharya a few hundred years ago, who has and that's it. When we're saying I am Shiva, we're saying I am the spirit, I am detached. So this is an absolutely fantastic, a very powerful prayer for meditation to use also. So if we could just have our hands on our heart, as Chris is doing, or just close our eyes and just please listen. So it goes on. I'm neither the mind, intelligence, ego or chitta, neither the ears nor the tongue, nor the senses of smell and sight, neither ether nor air I am. I am eternal bliss and awareness. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. I'm neither the prana nor the 5 vital breaths, neither the 7 elements of the body, nor its 5 sheaths, nor the hands, nor the feet, nor the tongue, nor other organs of actions. I am eternal bliss and awareness. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Neither fear, greed, nor delusion, loathing, nor liking have I. Nothing of pride, of ego, of dharma, or liberation. Neither desire of the mind, nor the object for its desiring. I am eternal bliss and awareness. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Nothing of pleasure and pain, of virtue and vice do I know, of mantra, of sacred place, of Vedas or sacrifice. Neither I am eater, the food, or the act of eating. I am eternal bliss and awareness. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. Death or fear I have none, nor any distinction of caste. Neither father nor mother, nor even a birth have I. Neither friend nor comrade, neither disciple nor guru. I am eternal bliss and awareness. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. I have no form or fancy. The all-pervading am I. Everywhere I exist, and yet I am beyond the senses. Neither salvation am I, nor anything to be known. I am eternal bliss and awareness. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. Just keep our eyes closed, our attention on the Sahasrara. And we'll just listen to a little song and stay in meditation.
Absolutely beautiful.
shall we finish off the meditation with a bandhan and we'll go into question and answers?
That'd be great.
If you could lead us, Chris, thank you.
So with your intention in the center of the palm,
We just need you coming back to on camera, Chris.
sorry.
Yes.
I think there's a technical fault here.
No, it's all good, Chris. We can go with, because I think I can see all of you.
All right. Okay. So with our attention on the center of the palm of our left hand, we take the right hand around it and raise both of those hands as you're turning your right hand around your left hand. Not above your head, and then from the base of the spine, going up slowly. We're doing it a second time. Tie 2 knots, and then from the base of the spine, attention on the palm of the left hand, right hand going around clockwise. Slowly above. You can feel the Kundalini energy. And now we're going to do abundance.
Oh. And Chris is off. Looks like Chris for a second there. I'm sure he'll be back. That was absolutely divine, Arya, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So an understanding of how the peace can be achieved with Sahaja meditation, and not a mental process, but something when we are in silence in the heart, it is it's happening, manifest when we are in the present and we are not bothered by thoughts. Yeah. Unnecessary chatter.
Yes, so that's the silence of the thoughts, isn't it? That's reflected with the peace within from our heart. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just waiting for him to come in, come back in again. But otherwise, the floor is open for questions. Oh, well, I suppose, sorry, did you want to say something? No. I have a question for you then, while we're waiting for someone else to ask our questions. As you know, as you were saying, that we do talk about peace and we do meditate and practice. So is there anything specific in meditation, or during, say, if something happens with the day, then how would you try and get that balance within yourself, or, you know, any tricks you use, or to achieve that peace within or at that time? Because, you know, when there's something going on, then what do we do?
Well, we have a few options. Sorry, my sound is not so good. We have a few options. If it's, I had a situation today. I was in the park and I wasn't very happy. I had thoughts, and I started to say the Lord's Prayer, and it's just all of a sudden all the birds were singing, and I was just amazing. But there are things like that. If we are aware, just sort of paying attention and not letting the day being ruined because we have so many thoughts. Yeah.
Or that moment, I suppose. So you're kind of replacing, you know, in that sense of dissolving that negative with that positive, and then being aware of the nature around you and being aware of the birds and the music, and then being in tune with that vibrations of nature, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I love the Lord's Prayer. And yes, the same thing. you know, and what we heard today was that one in Sanskrit, which was amazing, which was,
Oh, yes, it's
it
beautiful.
was so, yeah, I haven't heard that for a very long time. So it was really, really nice. So we're still waiting for questions to come. So
I think
we
there's
might
one
be.
there. I just read here. There's
Oh, no, Nikki is just asking people to ask questions, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. But look, I think the main thing we're talking about is that peace within, isn't it? Within and then without. So there's no use talking of the peace without outside unless we are able to achieve that within ourselves, which was such a wonderful program today. Explaining that, such a great viewpoint, absolutely amazing. I don't know that I have anything else to say. I just feel so thoughtless and blissed out actually.
But otherwise, it's those lovely sort of techniques we have. I mean, I don't like calling it techniques because to me it's not a technique, but the feet in the bucket, we've shown that a few times during the 21 days. And
Absolutely.
the ice pack. I sometimes walk around at home with the ice pack on my...
Uncle Chris is here.
He's back.
I don't know what happened there. Great to join you.
Absolutely. Glad to have you back. We were just talking about what an amazing perception and a point of view in terms of that peace and the peace within and without. And then we were talking, Ariane had a beautiful experience today where she used the Lord's Prayer to then reflect, you know, kind of tap into that peace, I suppose, in one sense. And then we were talking about foot soak and ice packs being an amazing kind of, well, yes, as you say, it is a technique, but not in the sense, because it's actually ends up becoming a living process, because it's where that exchange of energy and vibrations are happening, where, you know, it's actually absorbing that negative or giving the positive quality and that of the elements that we are using. So it's a little bit more than just a technique, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, we've got a question. Thank you, SJ. How do we improve on feeling the hot or cool vibrations in our hands? Fantastic question. So do you have any particular hand you're feeling hot or cool, or both are kind of the same? That would be the first thing we'd look at, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, you know, I think generally if you're starting off, don't feel concerned about not feeling the vibrations. That's the first point. And the go-to technique, you know, it's a living process, but we have techniques or technologies, and the go-to technology in Sahaja Yoga is the foot soak. And the foot soak does a lot of things. It does an incredible amount of things when you're starting off in Sahaja Yoga. Not just what we're saying, it clears the bottom chakras, it takes the heat out if you're overworked. It also clears a lot of that junk that, you know, that I probably don't have to deal with now because I've been doing so much clearing. But at the beginning, it has a very dramatic effect. If you did a foot soak every day for 30 days, you'd find after the 30th day, your experience would be quite profound. It's like peeling away an onion. You know, you only peel out one onion on the one layer first, but then after 30 days, you've got 30 and you've gone down to the core. And it's very good in terms of improving your vibrations. Another thing is that a good practice, which Meenakshi referred to, is just washing your hands. And I know she even said that for the right side, cool running water, like the shower, is a very good adjunct treatment for hot people that work for the government, and just having your morning shower before you meditate is a good thing. And if you wake up hot, which is not a good idea to do, but if you wake up hot, you can use that ice pack treatment. And all those things that are directed towards balancing will improve the way you feel the vibrations. Feeling the vibrations is not necessarily, for a lot of people, not necessarily an immediate process. It's a gradual process, and you just have to be committed to that process.
I think he just has added, I can't really feel hot or cool, but can feel strong vibrations circling on my hands.
Okay. If they feel at peace or feel calmer, and I mean, the ideal one is feeling something above your head. But I mean, that's a start. If you feel good and if you feel something, that's a start. But when you commit to the foot soak, you'll find that a lot of things are going to happen.
Yeah, it is a fantastic way to clear ourselves. And I have a little story. When I had my self-realization, I was given an instruction sheet and saying you have to do it for 7 days, because people were telling me I can feel you Kundalini, and I said I can't feel anything. But on the 7th day, exactly on the 7th day, my little Kundalini came. Oh, I could feel it, and I was so excited. Yeah, because I followed the instructions and did it for 7 days.
Yeah. Absolutely. Go on, Chris.
But generally, there's no rules. But we're not rule bound, and we're not ritual or routine. But yeah, as you needed. But I mean, at the beginning, an established routine, particularly in that foot soaking technology, will deliver benefits. It won't be. I think Shamanaji said that if you do a foot soak in the evening every day, half your problems are solved.
Yeah. Yes.
And look, Ariane, same as you. I mean, I came to Sahaja when I was about 13 years old, but at the long time ago, don't I? Don't ask me how old I am now. But there was, what I remember is I had a problem when we had just come to Sahaja, where I had really bad, I'd be sitting, and as soon as if I stood up suddenly at one stage, I'd have this shooting pain right from the base of, the spine. The doctors couldn't say I was kind of going and taking this one injection, every week kind of thing. I'd walk down to the nurse auntie and she'd, plunk an injection in. Nothing happened, didn't make any difference. And we had just come to, just started practicing Sahaja a few months later. And then my mum had gone to, a program where Sri Mataji was there. And I think she mentioned that. And Sri Mataji said, have a foot soak, ask her to have a hot water foot soak, did the Ganesha Tarvashish. And within a few weeks, and I remember someone from Australia had kind of come there at that time, and they were doing a program. And I was like, I want to know. And I was saying, this is what had happened. And they said, well, is it there now, the pain? I said, no, that's all right. He said, well, why do you want to think? And that's it, using just that simple foot soak technique, and that, helped cleanse and clear, bring it back. And as I was saying the other day, that was what happens, because we've got the left, the right side, and that little bit of imbalance, it's all coming back nicely in the center. And that's what it's reflecting, that clearing out, and the vibrations that we feel, that's what it's reflecting, whether you have that imbalance in the right or the imbalance in the left, or the Kundalini is coming up and starting to work. So that's all. So I think, and as you said, Chris, yes, you don't concentrate too much on that, isn't it?
No. I was with my mentee today, and that's what my mentee told me as the mentor, that I'm only doing things that I need and feel at the time. Actually, I learned today from my mentee, and it reminded me that, you don't do things in routine and ritual ways. Once you have the vibrations, you do what you need with the tools that you have.
Absolutely. And as we say, as you said, Ariane, it is a living process, and you do what is required and what is needed, not just, beautiful. Well, thank you very much. I might log off. I think we've got some music on for meditation. And SJ says, thank you so much for the explanations. Thank you, SJ. Hopefully, as we do the foot soaks, you know, these vibrations that you're feeling with the intensity and that depth will start increasing. So we look forward to hearing about that.
Before you go, we're going to play one Southern Indian raga, which is for the right heart. It's the second, I think it's the second song, and that is for peace. It's for reducing violence, for reducing aggression. There's a promo at the beginning, and it's from Southern.
Beautiful.
Absolutely looking forward to it. Oh, I am going to stay around. I'm just going to shift myself to the other room so the plumber can use work here.
Thank you very much, host. It was really great. I really enjoyed myself.
Thank you, Chris, so much.
Thank you, Victor. So much. Thank you, Ariane. Thank you, Chris. Absolutely beautiful, wonderful. Yes. And thank you, everyone, for attending. It's been great.
Yeah, and thank you to all the people in Pune.
Oh, yes.
What a lovely place.
What a lovely place. It is heavenly, definitely.
Spiritual.
Very, very much so.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Yes, I will. We will see you again.
Yes.
Definitely.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
right heart, it is Sita Rama. Rama represents the Maryadas. He is called the Maryada Purushottama. When this chakra get enhanced, we know the responsibility that we have in a social circle, in household, as husband, wife, in carrying out the duties. Now this is a famous Kriti, Vandanamu Raghunandana, in Ragam Sahana. Sahana is actually a very peace-giving raga. It helps to be in a balanced state. It has a capacity to control our anger and no violence. Vandanamo Raghunandana. Vandanamo Raghunandana Setu Bandana Bhakta Chandana. Vandanamo Raghunandana Setu Bandana Bhakta Chandana. Rama Vandanamo Raghunandana Setu Bandana Bhakta Chandana. Rama Vandanamo Raghunandana Setu Bandana Bhakta Chandana. Rama Vandanamo Raghunandana. वादमा ने भेदमायिति मोदमाराम वन्दनमो रघुनन्दना सेतुबोधना भक्त चोदना राम वन्दनमो रघुनन्दना वेगरा करुणा सागरा करुणा सागरा वेगरा करुणा सागरा वेगरा करुणा सागरा श्रीत्यागरा जगृदयगरा राम वेगरा करुणा सागरा श्रीत्यागरा जगृदयगरा राम वन्दनमो रघुनन्दना सेतुबोधना भक्त चोदना राम वन्दनमो रघुनन्दना